Today we will see class 12 Geography Unit 2 Chapter 4 Human Development. The words growth and development are not new to you. Look around you. Almost everything that you can see in bracket and many that you cannot grows and develops. These may be plants, cities, ideas, nations, relationships, or even you yourself. What does this mean? Do growth and development mean the same thing? Do they accompany each other? This chapter discusses the concept of human development as it pertains to nations and communities. Growth and development. Both growth and development refer to changes over a period of time. The difference is that growth is quantitative and value neutral. It may have a positive or a negative sign. This means that the change may be either positive, showing an increase, or negative, indicating a decrease. Development means a qualitative change which is always value positive. This means that the development cannot take place unless there is an increment or addition to the existing condition. Development occurs when positive growth takes place, yet positive growth does not always lead to development. Development occurs when there is a positive change in quality. For example, if the population of a city grows from 1 lakh to 2 lakhs over a period of time, we say the city has grown. However, if a facilities like housing, provisions of basic services and other characteristics remain the same, then this growth has not been accompanied by that development. Can you think of a few more examples to differentiate between growth and development? Activity. Write a short essay or draw a set of pictures illustrating growth without development and growth with development. For many decades, a country's level of development was measured only in terms of its economic growth. This means that the bigger the economy of the country, the more developed it was considered, even though this growth did not really mean much change in the lives of most people. The idea that the quality of life people enjoy in a country, the opportunities they have and freedoms they enjoy are important aspects of development, is not new. These ideas were clearly split out for the first time in the late 80s and early 90s. The works of two South Asian economists, Mubarak al-Kwa and Amartya Sen are important in this regard. The concept of human development was introduced by Dr. Mubarak al-Kwa. The concept of human development was introduced by Dr. Mubarak The concept of human development was introduced by Dr. Mubarak Al-Haq, Dr. Haq has described human development as the development that enlarges people's choices and improves their lives. People are central to all development. Under this concept, these choices are not fixed but keep on changing. These choices are not fixed but keep on changing. The basic goal of development is to create conditions where people can live meaningful lives. A meaningful life is not just a long one. It must be a life with some purpose. This means that people must be healthy, be able to develop their talents, participate in society, and be free to achieve their goals. Do you know Dr. Muhammad ul-Haq and Professor Amartya Sen were close friends and have worked together under the leadership of Dr. Haq to bring out the initial human development reports. Both these South Asian economists have been able to provide an alternative view of development. A man of vision and compassion, a Pakistani economist, Dr. Muhammad Al-Haq, created the Human Development Index in 1990. According to him, development is all about enlarging people's choices in order to lead long, healthy lives with dignity. The United Nations Development Programme has used this concept of human development to publish the Human Development Report annually since 1990. Dr. Haq's flexibility of mind and ability to think out of the box can be illustrated from one of his speeches where he quoted Shaw saying, "You see things that are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not." Nobel laureate Professor Amartya Sen saw an increase in freedom. Amartya Sen saw an increase in freedom in bracket or decrease in unfreedom as the main objectives of development. Interestingly, increasing freedoms is also one of the most effective ways of bringing about development. His work explores the role of social and political institutions and the processes in increasing freedom. The work of these economists are path-breaking and have succeeded in bringing people to the center of any discussion on development. In this page above, they give two pictures, Band A, June 2004, Band A, December 2004. Do you know that cities can also grow negatively? Look at the photographs of this tsunami affected city. Are natural disasters the only reasons for negative growth in a city's size? What is a meaningful life? Happy birthday, Shihanas. Thank you, Priya. Wish me good health also. I want to be able to complete school and go to college. I want to be able to do something, to make something of myself. So you want to live a meaningful life then? The government of India has introduced Beti Bacho Beti Bada program to address the issues of decline in child sex ratio. Discuss with your peers how it will lead to more meaningful life for girls. Which of these lives is a meaningful life? Where do you see yourself 1 year from now, dead or in prison? I hope to find a cheaper and more effective cure to treat cancer. Who do you think leads more meaningful life? What makes one of these more meaningful than other? Leading a long and a healthy life, being able to gain knowledge and having enough means to be able to live a decent life are the most important aspects of human development. Therefore, access to resources, health and education are the key areas in human development. Suitable indicators have been developed to measure each of these aspects. Can you think of some? Very often, people do not have the capability and freedom to make even basic choices. This may be due to their inability to acquire knowledge, their material poverty, social discrimination, inefficiency of institutions, and other reasons. This prevents them from leading healthy lives, being able to get educated, or to have the means to live a decent life. Building people's capabilities in the areas of health, education, and access to resources is therefore important in enlarging their choices. If people do not have the capabilities in these areas, their choices also get limited. For example, an uneducated child cannot make the choice to be a doctor because her choices has got limited by her lack of education. Similarly, very often poor people cannot choose to take medical treatment for disease because their choices is limited by their lack of resources. Activity. Enact a 5 minutes play with your classmate showing how choices are limited due to lack of capabilities in the areas of either income, education or health. The 4 pillars of human development. Just as any building is supported by pillars, the idea of human development is supported by the concept of equity, sustainability, productivity and empowerment. Equity refers to making equal access to opportunities available to everybody. The opportunities available to people must be equal irrespective of their gender, race, income, and in the Indian case, caste. Yet, this is very often not the case and happens in almost every society. For example, in any country, it is interesting to see which group the most of the school dropouts belong to. This should then lead to an understanding of the reasons for such behavior. In India, a large number of women and persons belonging to socially and economically backward groups drop out of schools. This shows how the choices of these groups get limited by not having access to knowledge. Sustainability means continuity in the availability of opportunities. To have sustainable human development, each generation must have the same opportunities. All environmental, financial and human resources must be used keeping in mind the future. Misuse of any of these resources will lead to fewer opportunities for future generations. A good example is about the importance of sending girls to school. If a community does not stress the importance of sending its girl children to school, many opportunities will be lost to these young women when they grow up. Their career choices will be severely curtailed, and this would affect other aspects of their lives. So each generation must ensure the availability of choices and opportunities to its future generation. Productivity here means human labor productivity or productivity in terms of human work. Such productivity must be constantly enriched by building capabilities in people. Ultimately, it is people who are real wealth of nations. Therefore, efforts to increase their knowledge or provide better health facilities ultimately leads to better work efficiency. Empowerment means to have the power to make choices. Such power comes from increasing freedom and capability. Good government and people-oriented policies are required to empower people. The empowerment of socially and economically disadvantaged groups is of special importance. Activity. Talk to the vegetable vendor in your neighborhood and find if she has gone to school. Did she drop out of school? Why? What does this tells you about her choices and freedom she has? Note how her opportunities were limited because of her gender, caste and income. Thank you.